The Marathon Server Slam has concluded, and I played it a little bit. I didn't want to play too much because the any progress you made wasn't gonna carry over. And while I understand why your loot and stuff wouldn't carry over, I think not having your triumph completions carry over kind of dumb. Oh well, I just didn't play that much of it. Also, I was really busy the weekend that it came out, and unfortunately, I'm going to be busy when the game comes out as well. I will not be able to play for a while. I guess, spoiler, I am probably going to be buying the game because it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed it enough to look at it and be like, yeah, I could probably warrant spending money and playing this game. So, let's talk about it. First of all, the actual gameplay of it, the gunplay, is, well, it's spectacular. It's a Bungie title. I mean, out of all of the problems that Destiny 2 currently has, the gunplay is not one of those problems, let me tell you. The way that the guns feel to handle and your abilities, although I only played one character, just feels buttery smooth. So, it's always a plus. The art style, the visuals, I think are really good. I'm a huge fan. I like that they're trying to go for something different. They're not going for the typical AAA realism stuff that, everybody's obsessed with. They're actually going for their own kind of style, and I appreciate that. Although, it has come at some cost with the UI not being as readable as it should be. Okay, like, yeah, the UI is kind of a mess at first, but also a lot of it is just that people aren't reading what the game tells them, and then they get mad about it. The UI is not perfect in any universe. I think it should be obvious at a first glance and not have to take a million years of required reading, but it's not that bad once you know it. Could be better, could be improved, but a lot of that's just people not wanting to read because they don't want to actually give the game a try because they have some, preconceived notion that the game's going to be bad, and so they don't go into it fresh mind, and that's a tangent for another day. I'm not going into that right now, but other than that, I think the UI is fine. The visual style is great, although I do think some of the effects on the HUD when you're at lower health can be a bit too much. I get that they have a vision and whatnot, but sometimes that vision does kind of screw with things. Especially with ammo and health being so rare to find. If you get in a bad gunfight and you don't have any way to heal, you are gonna be looking at the low health screen for a while, and it's a little distracting. So I think there could definitely be some improvements made there. And especially to the ammo economy, because my god, is it rough. Um, the enemy AI. I wish Destiny had this enemy AI. Like, can we port this to to Destiny enemies? Like, please. I am so tired. Well, I was tired of enemies in that game just being absolute pushovers. Pretty much no matter what I did, I could cough on them incorrectly, and they would probably still fall over. It's really sad. And yet in Marathon, it's like I sit there, I see an enemy, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm not making out of this alive, am I? And I just kind of miss that feeling of actually feeling challenged in a PvE game. It's pretty fun feeling. I think the time to kill and the I do think the enemies might be a little too tanky. I don't know. I'm kind of used to tanking enemies in games because I play a lot of loot games like Division and Destiny, so I'm kind of used to enemies being bullet sponges. But I think it could be toned down a little bit. The AI is also just really good in general. And the player encounters were a lot fewer than I was anticipating. And also, they were not as bad as I was thinking they would be. Bungie PvP in recent years hasn't really been the best thing in the world. So I was kind of worried going into it, but as of now, I felt pretty fine. I didn't run into any cheaters, but I also didn't play as much of the server slam as some other people, so I don't know if cheating was a rampant problem or not. Uh, God, what else is there to say? I mean, it was a pretty good, beta. Outside of some weird server stability on the first day, which is to be expected. This is a server slam after all. I didn't really encounter too many issues with the game and its connection. The optimization actually felt pretty good. It didn't really chug in parts or lag really bad. Everything felt super responsive, and again, outside of some technical hurdles that were expected of a beta test, it was fairly solid. Um, that's kind of all I really had to say, I guess. I kind of sat down recording this thinking I would have a bit more to say, but I really don't think I do. I just think the game was good. I'm I kind of thought the game was a little aimless at first. I kind of had some trouble really understanding what the game was asking of me, and then it's like the more I played it, the more I kind of understood what the game was asking of me. Pretty much, you just go and pick your objectives with the contracts, and then you will go complete those objectives, exfil, get good loot, and then you will move on to the other maps, which are harder. They're gonna probably have more PvE enemies, probably allow more PvP interactions to happen as well. I know that they have the Cryo Archive, which is supposed to be like a dungeon of sorts. So, really looking forward to that if I even get to play it because I'm really bad at these kinds of games. Overall, yeah, I think the Surface Slam was pretty good, and I think if you're a fan of the genre, you should kind of definitely give it a shot. I wish I could talk more about the player characters, but I kind of only played one the entire beta. So, oops, I kind of only played the one and I don't even remember her name. You can probably tell which one it is from the gameplay footage, but I will definitely give more runners kind of more looks on release. I will do that because I think the build crafting in this game does have potential to be really good. I've also seen online that the more you play, kind of the better it gets. It's one of those games which, Lord knows, I need a game to grind right now because I don't have anything after quitting Destiny 2 back in August after my not final shape. God, what was that expansion called? Edge of Fate. Yeah, that one. So, if this game kind of gives me something to grind again, well, I'd be pretty happy. And assuming it stays somewhat stable and doesn't fall down the trappings of D2, even ignoring the various, horrible decisions made by that game, maybe I'll be a marathon player instead of a D2 player. I don't know which one would be worse, honestly. Um, God, is there anything else to really say? I mean, the game was good. I liked the visuals. UI could use a bit of work. Build crafting looks to be pretty fun. Can't wait for the full release. Probably gonna buy it. Won't be able to play for a little bit because I'll be busy. But yeah, I think that's about it. A little bit of an update, I guess, since this ended up being shorter than I thought. Um, New video, hopefully soon. I have a really good idea. It's very time sensitive, and I have to get back to work on it. Because I do need this out by a certain time. I think it's gonna be a good one. I think I think it's gonna be a pretty good video. I'm really looking forward to making it, and then after that, I'm picking back up the two in progress videos that I have. I think I know which one I'm gonna finish and post first. And then hopefully after that, I can keep the motivation kind of rolling and I can actually make more than two videos this year because, man, have I kind of missed this. It's been a kind of rocky 3 months in terms of motivation and actually making progress on anything, but I think I'm starting to kind of break out of that slump a little bit. Life's getting, I don't want to say good, but it's certainly better than it was a little bit ago. So that's good. And yeah, I'd just like to thank you all for kind of having patience with me and, you know, me taking forever kind of doesn't help, but oh well, things happen and I will get my videos out whenever I can. So yeah, hopefully more than 3 videos this year. Let's let's hope. In terms of stuff for this channel, I've got a couple other things in the works, but as for when those will come out, I don't freaking know, man. It's whenever I get the time for it. So yeah. I'm alive still. Yippee. And hopefully have a new video out within the month. And then after that, hopefully the two kind of big videos I'm working on now will come to fruition and then I can do more. All right. I don't know if you heard that, but that was Avenger. He's saying bye. And yeah, stay hydrated, and I will see you all next time.